Hey, it's Brian B here. This video is a compilation of a couple different dance moves from my previous videos, and these are some of the most popular dance moves, so check it out. So the first one here is the step, touch, snap, so it looks like this. Okay, so to break this move down for you, there are a couple different things going on. First, we have the up and up bounce motion, which looks like this. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. And then we have the step touch motion, which looks like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then we have the turning motion, which is going from one side to the other, one side to the other. And the last motion here is your arm movements. It goes one up, one down, one up, one down. And we actually do the snapping when we do it. Okay, so let's start putting these couple things together. So the first couple things we're going to put together, the up and up bounce motion, 1 and 2, with the step touch motion, which is 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, let me show you how it works. So what you want to do is you want to start with your knees bent, and then you want to step over to one side as you bring your body up. So it looks like this. Boom. Okay, so start with knees bent, step out, stand up. And as you travel back, bringing this foot to your other side, you're going to bring your body down, and as you get to your destination, bring your body back up. So that looks a little bit confusing when I do it slowly, but with a little bit more speed, it looks like this. Boom and boom. Okay, so one more time. I'm going to start with knees bent, stepping out to this side. I'm going to stand up, and then I'm going to bring this foot in as my body travels back down, up. Okay, so there's two bounces. It's up and up as I go. Boom and boom. Okay, so let's give it a try. This side first, starting with knees bent. We're gonna go 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Speed it up. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. At this point, let's put the direction in there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn our body one side to the other, one side to the other. So it goes boom and boom, boom and boom, boom and boom, boom and boom. So 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. So all you're doing is when you're stepping to one side, you're turning your body to one side, and as you go to the other side, you turn your body to the other side. Okay? So one more time, we're gonna go to this side first, turning our body this way. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add our arm motion in there. So the motion goes like this. 1, 2, 1 and 2. Okay, I know it doesn't look like much when I'm doing it on its own, but it makes sense in context. So it's basically staggered. One arm up, one arm down, and then you're going to switch. And as you do that, you're going to snap. So boom, 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 boom. Alright, so let's put everything together. We're going to travel to this side. Boom and boom, boom and boom, boom and boom, boom and boom. Da, 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 da. Alright, so the last thing I'm actually going to add in here is the swing motion. So when you step to one side, you want to make sure that your body is doing a little bit of a sway, so your upper body is being left behind when you start, and it follows through as you get to your destination. So boom and boom, boom and boom. When you add that in there, okay, it makes the movement look better. Okay, so the next move here is the bar Simpson step touch. It looks like this. Alright, so for this one, let me show you how it works. We're going to have the up and up motion one more time, but in this case it's going to be a little bit different because we're going to be doing this step touch a little bit differently. When we do the step touch, we're going to go step, slide, step, slide, step, slide, step, slide. So putting the two together, it'll look like this. Boom and slide, boom and slide, boom and slide, boom, slide. Alright, so we're going to have an up, and then we're going to step out, and as we step out and we bring the other foot in, we're going to bring our it's got that sliding motion. So one more time, I'm gonna go up and slide, up and slide, up and slide, up and slide. Okay? Once you have that down, what we're gonna add in there is again the swaying motion. So when we travel to this side, you want to make sure your upper body is left behind initially. So we're gonna go boom, and then upper body left behind, follows through, and then once we get to our destination, up and slide and follow through. Alright, so let's put everything together slowly. We're gonna go up and slide, up and slide, up and slide, up and slide. In this video, I'm going to show you two different dance moves that are perfect for clubs or parties. The first one here is the knee bounce. So it looks like this. Okay, let me break this one down for you. A couple of different movements. First, we have the bouncing motion, which is a drop and drop motion, which looks like this. 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Okay? The second motion is the leaning motion, which is going from one side to the other, one side to the other. And the last motion here is what we're doing with our knees. We're bringing it in, and in, and in, and in. It's a little bit awkward on its own, but all we're doing is we're bringing our knees inwards. Boom, and boom. Okay? So let's start putting these couple different movements together. First, let's combine the bouncing motion, which is the drop and drop, in with the direction, which is one side to the other, right? So we're gonna do the drop and we're gonna lean over to one side. But remember, you're keeping your hips locked. You're not pushing your hips out like this. You're not doing this. Alright? You wanna bring your entire body over to one side, then drop, and over to the other side, drop. So it's 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Nice and simple. A little bit faster. Going to this side first. We're gonna go 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Make sure to keep your body loose, so it's going like this. Okay? So at the same time, keep your hips locked so you're not pushing your hips out. Okay? So the next motion we're gonna put in here is the knee motion, right? So when we bounce over to this side, we're gonna bring the opposite knee inwards like this. Boom. Alright? So you're kind of doing a little bit of a pivot. So bringing the knee in, boom, out like that. So we're gonna drop to this side first, bring this knee in, we're gonna go boom. Alright, bring it back up. We're gonna go to the other side, this knee in, boom, bring it back up. So putting everything together, we're gonna go 1 and 2, 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 1 and 2. Okay? So the next move that I'm going to show you here is the snake move step touch. It looks like this. Okay, so this one may look a little bit complicated, but let me break it down for you. We have the upper body snake group movement, which looks like this. Alright, and then we have the step touch movement. Okay, so as you can tell, now I break it down, it's not that complicated, right? So starting with the upper body, what we're going to do is we're going to first lean our head over to one way, and then our upper body is going to follow. Alright, so it's 1, 2, and then from here we're going to tilt our head to the other side, and then body follows through. So we're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, and then over to the other side, 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, getting used to that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright? So you don't want to do it with too much force or else your neck might start hurting. You don't want that. So when you put the two movements together and you start to make it more smooth, it'll look like this. Boom, 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 and boom. So it's 1, 2, smoothen out, boom, and then to the other side, boom. Alright? 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Now I'm exaggerating just a little bit. You can tone it down a little bit, I should say. So it looks like this. 1, 2, 1 and 2. Okay? So 1, 2, 1, 2. Smoothen out. Boom, boom. Okay? So next we have the step touch motion, which is stepping out to one side, bring this foot in, out to the other, bring it in. Nice and simple, right? So let's start combining the two together. When we step out to this side, you're gonna bring your upper body and your head over to one side at the same time. So it looks like this. Boom. Alright? So notice I'm not disconnecting the two, going like this, step. That's a little bit weird. We're gonna do everything at the same time, stepping over, tilt our head, tilt our body. So it looks like this. Boom. Alright? And then we're gonna bring it in to this side. And then from here, we're gonna obviously go to the other side. This foot goes out, head tilts, body tilts. So we're gonna go boom, bring it in. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, so once you get used to that, now you have to smoothen everything out. So it looks like this. Boom, 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 and boom, boom. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright? So this may take a little bit of practice, but make sure to get your upper body down first and then put in the full. In this video, I'm going to show you another 2 different dance moves that are perfect for clubs or at parties. This first one can be done to slower styles of music, and this one is the slide step touch swing. Looks like this. Okay, so to break this move down real quickly, we have the step touch motion. So one side, bring it in, one side, bring it in. So for this one, we're not going to be stepping as much as before. We're going to be stepping out and dragging this foot in. Boom, to do the step touch. Alright, so step up, drag, and bring it in. Alright, so one more time, we're going to step out to one side. This foot is going to drag, and then we're going to step up, and then drag. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so the next thing here is we're actually going to put a little bit of a turning motion in there. So when we step to this side, as we bring this foot in to do the drag, we're going to turn our body this way. We're going to go boom, boom. So to the other side, step, drag, in. Alright, so we're going to face the other direction. Step out, drag, boom. Step up, drag, and turn. Alright, so put everything together. We're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, so the next motion we can actually add in here as you get used to the step touch motion with the body turning is we can do the swaying motion. Alright, so how this works is you want to make sure your upper body is loose and not like super tensed up. When you step to one side, you want to keep your body loose so it's staying behind initially, and then it follows through. So one more time, step out, body stays behind, follows through. Alright, and we're going to step out to the other direction, boom, upper body stays behind, drags, follows through. A little bit faster, it looks like this. Boom, 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 and boom. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Like I said, this move is good for slower styles of music. Okay, the next move here is a casual rocking group. It looks like this. Okay, this move is really fun. Let me break it down for you. First, we have the up and up bounce motion. Starting with knee spin, we're going to go 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Okay? The next motion we're going to put in is the lean motion. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So as you can tell, this one is nothing crazy, not leaning over too much, just casual, a little bit, bring it back to the center, other side, center, other side, center, boom, and boom. And the last motion we're going to put in here is the arm motion, which is the cross and out, cross and out, cross, out, cross, out. So nice and simple. Boom, 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 and boom, boom, and boom. You can scale this one up or do it lightly. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, now let's put everything together. First, we have the up and up motion, right? We're going to go up and up, up and up. So boom and boom, boom and boom. Now we're going to put this together with the direction or the leaning motion. Alright, so the first one we're going to do is going to go upwards. So straight up, we're going to go boom, and we're going to drop it back down. The next one is going to go to this direction. Boom. Alright, and then the next one, we're going to come back to center. Boom. And then the next one to this side. Boom. So a little bit faster, it'll look like this. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. So we're gonna go center, one side, center, the other. So 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Nice and simple, right? So from there, we're gonna add the arm motion in there. It's cross and out, cross and out, cross and out, cross and out, right? So take a look. We're gonna go from knees bent, cross and out, cross and out, cross and out, cross and out. Boom, 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 and boom, and boom, and out, cross and out, cross and out, cross and out. Alright, in this video I'm going to show you two different moves that are perfect for clubs or at parties. The first one is a step touch variation. It looks like this. Okay, this one is perfect for dancing in a circle with your friends. Let me break it down for you. First, we have the step touch motion, which is composed of two different movements. We have the up and up bounce with the step touch, step touch. Alright, so putting the two together, we're going to start with knees bent. When we stand up, we're going to step out. So we're going to go boom. Alright, so one more time. Starting with knees bent, we're going to step out, bring our body up, and bring this foot in. As we do so, we're going to drop our body back down, and as we get here, stand back up. Putting everything together, take a look. Starting with knees bent, we're going to go up and up. Alright, so it's an up and up motion. Up and up. One last time. Starting with knees bent. Up and up. To the other side. Up and up. Up and up. Up and up. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright? So the next motion here is we're going to turn our body inwards as we step to one side. So what I mean by this is when we step to this side, this foot is going to actually go backwards. As we turn inwards, our body faces inwards. Alright? So one more time, starting with knees bent, up, and this foot steps back. Alright, one more time. So 1 and 2, and from here, we're going to go to the other side. This foot is going to go out, boom, and then as we come back in, this foot goes to the back. Alright, so putting everything together, we're going to go 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Okay? As you get used to this move, you can put one more motion in there, which is actually the swing motion. When you step over to this side, you can keep your body centered here. So what I mean by this, take a look. I'm going to go boom and boom. Alright? So notice I'm kind of hunching over right now. That's because I don't have any motion. But if I put everything together, it'll look like this. Boom, 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 and boom, boom, and boom. So notice how I'm leaning over a little bit to create that swing type motion. So you can put that in there once you get more used to the move. Okay, the second move here is the shoulder lift bounce. It looks like this. Okay, let me break it down for you. So we have the bouncing motion, and it's the up and up motion one more time. So it's up and up, up and up. The second motion is the leaning motion from one side to the other, one side to the other. So remember, you're not pushing your hips out like this, but rather you're leaning over to one side, to the other, one side to the other. And the last motion here is the raising of the shoulders. So boom and boom, boom and boom. Okay, so first let's put in the up and up motion together with the leaning motion. So we're gonna go up as we lean over to one side, bring it back down to the other. So 1 and 2 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. So you're kind of thinking of yourself pushing your head upwards this way, bring it back down, up to the other side. So again, starting with knees bent, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. From there, you can add in the shoulder raising motion. So when you go over to this side, you want to think of yourself raising your shoulder like this, and dropping it down. So when I go over to this side, bring it up, and then drop it back down, over to the other side, drop it back down, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Okay, so for this one, you want to make sure you're not exaggerating too crazy like this. Boom, it won't look good. You just want to raise it a little bit, bring it back down, raise it a little bit, bring it back down. So last time, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. In this video, I'm going to show you two different club dance moves that are perfect for clubs and parties. The first one we have is the butterfly groove, which looks like this. Okay, this move is also known as the butterfly bounce. Let me break it down for you. First thing you want to do is you want to stand with your legs closer together. You want to have your toes pointed out like this and your heels almost touching. Not quite touching, but almost touching. So like this. Alright? So from here, what you want to do is you want to do the bouncing motion. The bounce will be a down and down motion. So it looks like this. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Alright, so your knees are actually going outwards. So it kind of flaps out, hence the name butterfly bounce, right? So again, knees bend and then up. So 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Alright, the next motion we're going to put in here is the going from side to side motion. Our upper body is going to go to one side, come back, go to the other. Alright, so how this works when we put it together is as we bounce, boom, one side, up, and then the other side, boom, up. Alright, so slowly, one side, up, the other side, up. So 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, and 1 and 2. Nice and simple. Okay, so at this point you want to smoothen it out a little bit so it looks more like a dance move, so it doesn't look robotic, right? So what you can do in this point is you can put a little bit of a sway in there. So when you do the move, you can sway to one side or lean to one side, and you can lean to the other side as you turn from one side to the other. Let me show you. So when I drop one side, I'm leaning over, boom, and then the other. So take a look. When I do a little bit faster, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Alright, so notice how my upper body is actually relaxed. My hips is kind of relaxed, so the motion is actually carrying me around, creating that swaying type of motion. Alright, so that is the butterfly bounce. The second move I'm going to show you is the mini jack move. It looks like this. Alright, this one is a little bit more complicated. Let me show you how it works. First, we have the jack motion, which is composed of 3 different movements. It's the knee bend, lean back, stand up, all together, boom. Alright, let me break it down one more time. We're gonna bend our knees, gonna lean back, and then we're gonna stand up. So knees bend, back, stand. Boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. When you put the 3 movements together, again, boom, and boom. Alright, so for this specific movement, you have to go through the entire range of motion. You have to bend your knees first, lean back, and stand up. If you get it mixed up, then the move will not look good. It will not look correct. So one more time, knees bend, lean back, up. So boom, 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 and boom. Okay, so once you get that jack movement down, you're going to put a direction into it. You're going to go to one direction and then the other direction. Let me show you how it works. I'm going to bend my knees, boom, when I come up, go to one direction, and as I come back down, I'm going to reset and go to the other direction. So I'm going to go boom, and then I'm going to go other direction, 1 and 2, 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 1 and 2. Okay, so that is the mini jack move. So for that move, remember you have to break it down, do all the movements, the dropping of the knees, leaning back, standing up, get used to that, and then put in the direction.